If you are looking for bets or parlays for UFC Vegas 108, you have landed in the right place. How we doing, everybody? My name is Young Pasty, the whitest out here doing this thing, and I'm here today to give you 4 banger bets for UFC Vegas 108 and tons of parlays. Yeah, I got a bunch of parlays for you guys too. So, now, we have to recap last week, as we always do. Pull the results up here right now. And we take a loss, unfortunately, minus 3.1305 units. I mean, we should have flip-flopped the bets here, right? My most least confident bets all hit. I mean, we should have flip-flopped, and I mean, Blackshear doesn't come through for us. I thought there would have been a finish. In the RDR and Whitaker fight, we are very close to one on both ends, and that doesn't come through. And then Leal, a parlay buster for everybody. So, yeah, out of all those legs, you know what I mean? We should have just mixed and matched in different locations there. But we take a loss on the week. We take it to the chin. And we are moving forward to next week, right? But we hit an underdog in Bogdan Guskov. We hit the Bryce Mitchell bet. And then, the added play and the Shar and Jan bet comes through for us. So, let's get to it, guys. UFC Vegas 108. These are the official bets. We sort these in confidence. So bet number 1 is always my most confident play of the week, and then it moves on down from there. So bet number 1, we have Tatsuro Taira and Kevin Vallejos. Minus 164. We are putting 3.25 units on it. First, Tatsuro Taira. Going up against HyunSung Park, this is just a way too short notice fight for Park, even though he's supposed to be fighting next week, right? It was Steve Verseg, but Taira now, that's just too fast of a jump up in competition there for me. Taira's a battle-tested guy, okay? Has great grappling, great size for the division. Park is a road to the UFC guy, right? And, I mean, I don't really, rank or put those guys high up on the list for me, you know what I mean? But I will say he is damn good for a road to the UFC guy, but he's outmatched on the mat here for sure. Taira's probably going to be able to take him down and submit him at some point. I'm anticipating round 2, maybe late in the first round, an early one there. So, and then second, Kevin Vallejos. This guy is someone to watch, okay? I named Danny Silva, his opponent, the Lamb of the Week. You know why? Because he's the sacrifice, okay? This is a setup fight. Kevin Vallejos is bound to win here, okay? Great for pressure, great boxing. Great, his KO power, he's got some heavy-ass hands. We've seen it in the last 2 fights, right? Won 3 rounds with John Silva. That's his only loss in his career. You know what I mean? And we've seen what Silva's doing here in the UFC, okay? So 2 solid legs. We put them together. Minus 164, 3.25 units. That is my most confident play of the week. Let's go. Moving on to bet number 2. My boy Chris Duncan, the underdog at plus 175. We're throwing 2 units on it. I will not sleep on my boy Chris Duncan, okay? I've backed him as an underdog the last 2 times. We're going to do it again here, okay? There's a method to my madness here, okay? Keep betting on the underdogs that are my guys. They keep coming through for us. Why would I not do it here? He has a very live shot winning this fight. And honestly, I thought the odds would have been closer, but he has the grappling advantage. He has KO power. I would say he actually has some pretty good distance management. He looked pretty good in that fight versus Vucinic. And, training at a good gym, ATT, but let's not sleep on Rebecki, right? This dude's a dog, been in some wars. But he's got, some T-Rex arms. Closes distance real recklessly. He's been in wars because he gets hit a lot, right? People are saying he's going to sleep Chris Duncan. Chris Duncan's a tad chinny, right? But, we've seen him get wobbled in fights and come back. We've seen it in the Balaji Oki fight. We've seen it in his Dana White Contender Series fight. He can get rocked at some points, yes, but he can get back up. He's faced adversity in fights. He has good fighter IQ in the octagon, and he can get back up if wobbled. But yeah, KO power, grappling advantage, okay distance management. I think he takes this. Chris Duncan as an underdog, plus 175. We're putting 2 units on it. That's bet number 2. Let's go. Moving on to bet number 3. Now, usually, bet number 3 is the 3-pick parlay of the week, but you're looking at this card, right? There's just something about it where I'm not too confident in putting 3 legs together as one of the unit plays. So, one of the rare times you guys, you will not see the 3-pick parlay of the week as a unit play, but we at least got a 2-pick parlay for bet number 3, okay? And both of these guys should come through for us, okay? Rodolfo Vieira, Esteban Ribovics. Plus 110, we are putting 1.5 units on it. We're getting plus money for both of these guys. Now, Vieira going up against Gore has obviously the grappling advantage here. I mean, his nickname is what? The black belt taker or something like that? Like, come on now. Gore's never gone up against a grappler like this. And I anticipate Vieira getting an early takedown in some form or fashion. I mean, yeah, he may get stuff a few times, but he'll keep going. He'll keep going, right? And if Gore, for some reason, clocks him or hits him, like Vieira clinches up in the grappling, right? And Gore will go down to it, and yeah, it's just not going to look good for him. But anyway, Vieira has the grappling edge. He has much more UFC experience. I mean, Gore's coming up almost on a freaking 500 record, guys. Okay, let's not get it twisted. Gore lost to go Cody Brundage. So what makes you think he's going to beat Rodolfo Vieira? Yeah, he's 35. But, I mean, come on now. Like, he's still cranking out wins in the UFC against some younger guys than him. So I'm going to back him. And then Ribovics, this is my dude as well, going up against Elves Brener now. Low-key, out of the Chute box, we'll have Charles Oliveira in his corner. Submission threats and KO power is there. So Elves Brener, don't sleep on him. But on the other end, Ribovics, 4 pressure, good momentum, even though he's coming off a loss. People love this guy. Heavy leg kicks, heavy shots, good body shots, mixes in the combos. Much better boxing than Elves Brener. He's the kind of guy that will break you down. And Elves Brener is the kind of guy that can get broken down. But he's tough, right? We've seen Elves Brener go, all into the 3rd round at some points, right? And Ribovics, unless he's getting you out early in the first 2-3 minutes, it's probably going to go all 3 rounds. He's just going to pour on the volume and beat you up the whole fight. So Vieira, Ribovics, plus 110, 1.5 units. Next, bet number 4. And if you guys are new around here, or if you haven't, please click that subscribe button. We are on the road to 300 subscribers. I'm like less than 20 away, so click that button. Appreciate the support. Goes a long way. But bet number 4. We got another underdog here. Okay, Nora Cornolle, plus 155. We are putting 1 unit on it. Karol Rosa, her opponent. I hate how stationary she is with her striking. And people will say, oh, well, she's just, conserving her energy, right? I think she's just very stiff and not very aggressive unless she hits him with a good shot. But I will say that she notices blood in the water, right? And we'll pounce on that. But Nora Cornolle is the much more aggressive fighter in between the two here. She has a nice little Muay Thai background that I like. Low key, her submissions are live. We saw it in the last fight. Even getting bodied on the mat, she has the ability to come back. She has heart and will. And I like her volume. I like her kicks. I think the momentum's on her side coming off a win. And even though Karol Rosa's, a Brazilian, I love my Brazilian fighters. I gotta back the underdog here with Nora Cornolle. Another fight where I'm surprised with the odds because I thought it, would have been closer to a pick'em at this point. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with Nora Cornolle. I think she pulls it off. She's live for a finish, but I think this fight most likely goes all 3 rounds to decision. So I'm taking Nora Cornolle for bet number 4. Let's go. All right, guys. So those are all the official bets for UFC Vegas 108. Only 4 this week. Those are the spots that I like. Usually, we got 5, 6, 7 official bets, right? But, this card's kind of giving me some weird vibes. We're just going to take the spots that we like and not get too crazy with it, And that's what I recommend with some of you guys, right? On some of these cards, you don't have to bet every single fight, right? And on some cards, if you get sketchy vibes, you don't have to throw a lot out there. You know what I mean? If anything, you don't have to throw anything. But I'm here to make you guys money, okay? So those are the 4 official bets, and we move into the parlay section. Yes, so I got tons of parlays for you guys. Now, just to be clear on the parlay section, as we do every single week, these are not unit plays, okay? I'm not recommending you throw 1 unit on them. Now, personally, me, I put 1.2 units on these parlays, okay? So we're not getting crazy with them. Secondly, if you see a leg that you like individually, put it in individually. You know what I mean? I love all these legs individually. So again, if you see a leg that you like individually, put it in or mix and match. Again, as we lead into my third thing here, mix and match with the legs here too. You know what I mean? You don't have to roll with my exact parlays. Maybe you like a leg or two, put it in with yours, mix it in with some of your legs. Do what you wish, okay? But let's get to it. The parlays for UFC Vegas 108, we're going to get hot this week, okay? We sort these from small odds to big odds. Now, if you guys didn't think I was going to come with a 3-pick parlay of the week, you got me twisted, okay? So we're putting it in the parlay section. This is my 3-pick parlay of the week. We have Esteban moneyline, Bashi moneyline, and the over 1.5 rounds in the Rosa versus Cornolle fight, minus 162. Again, this is not an official bet. I had to give you guys a 3-pick parlay of the week, though. There's a leg, Esteban moneyline, I'm kind of concerned about. I do believe he gets it done, but he's had me, walking on eggshells, and that sketchy, had some sketchy moments. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying, pick and choose the spots in this card, right? I do believe he gets the job done, but not enough confidence to put him in the official unit plays. But there you go. That's the 3-pick parlay of the week. Next, this is my confident call parlay. Plus 236. We have Taira by submission or decision, Vieira by submission or decision, and Vallejos by KO or decision, plus 236. I think all 3 of these guys get the job done. I think, each of them by sub, by KO. But we're going to throw the decision in there too, in case their opponents are tough and can grind it out. But I believe all of them get the job done within the distance, but we're going to throw the decision on there just to be safe. Plus 236. Pretty solid parlay. Next, this is my decision parlay. Plus 777. And you're going to tell me when the odds come out to plus 777, I am not going to put a parlay in on this? No. Okay? The numbers are speaking to me, obviously. That's good luck there. First leg, over 2.5 rounds in the Magny versus Zaleski fight. Next, Nora by decision. Next, Esteban by decision. Plus 777. Yes, I just told you I was concerned about Esteban, but I think he gets the job done by decision. First 2 rounds, he'll get done pretty easy. Might gas out in the third. He'll have you on skates a little bit, but he'll ultimately get the job done. Now, moving on up. Plus 1,034. Straight dogs in a couple of rounds. Okay? Magny money line. Over 1.5 rounds in the Pulyaev versus Klein fight, and Souza money line. Plus 1,034, 10-1. 2 dogs, I think, get the job done. And then, hey, over 1.5 rounds in that weird Pulyaev versus Klein fight, okay? After that, you guys do as you wish, right? So, next. This is my cycle parlay of the week. Again, a cycle parlay is 3 legs, submission, decision, KO. So, whoa. First leg, Taira by submission. Second leg, Esteban by decision. Third leg, Vallejos by KO. Plus 1,527. And low-key, High key, actually. High key. I'm feeling this parlay, guys. I am feeling it. Might put a little more on it, too. Taira by sub. Should get it done by sub. Esteban by decision. Esteban Ribovics, right? And then Vallejos by KO. I mean, that's their path to victory, all three of those guys. So, I don't know if it's, like, too easy. You know what I mean? But that's just what I see. And lastly, the biggest parlay I have for this week. I have a couple more, but waiting on odds to come out. It's a little too early in the week. Waiting on some books to give me some odds. So again, follow the Twitter. Keep your eye on the pinned comment on here on the video. If I put any more parlays out, that's where you'll see them. And the Patreon too. Patreon's free, by the way. Last parlay is the Doable Dogs parlay, plus 1,550. We got first Klein inside the distance. I do think he gets a finish. Next, Fletcher plus 3.5 on the points. I mean, he doesn't even have to win the fight, okay? Win one round. And then lastly, Duncan plus 3.5 on the points. Same thing. Okay, you don't even have to win the fight. Just win one round. But I think all three of those guys, as the dogs, get the job done. So plus 1,550. I'm feeling solid about all of the official bets for this week. Feeling pretty solid about the parlays too. Again, if you guys have made it this far, thank you so much for your support. Click that subscribe button. Again, we are on the road to 300 subscribers, so I really would appreciate your support. Secondly, Patreon's free. Links in the description. That's where you can see all my bets when I place them. You know, I don't put them here. Put them in here on Wednesday, right? Put them in earlier in the week because the odds always sway in the opposite way. You got to get in when they're good, because come fight time, the odds have swayed in a terrible way, and they're, pretty hard to bet on. So, now, lastly, yes, a little treat for anybody that's made it this far. This is my little secret parlay for UFC Vegas 108, okay? This is something new that I'm doing. We'll put a little secret parlay within the video, and yeah, hopefully it hits. So, honestly, this is my favorite parlay of the week, and that's why it's a little secret. So, waiting for the odds to come out. Don't know what they are yet, but this is what it's going to be. Vieira, round 1-2 sub. Vallejos, round 1-2 KO. Just a little two-legger, okay? Put those two together. I don't know what the odds are going to be. I assume Vieira round 1-2 sub is probably going to be around plus 220, plus 250. I assume the Vallejos round 1-2 KO is probably going to be around maybe plus 200. So put those together, maybe like a plus 600, plus 700 kind of parlay. But yeah, again, check the pinned comment. The secret parlay will be kept a secret. That won't be in the pinned comment, actually. I take my words back there. But it will be in the Patreon when I put it out, and the Twitter. But yeah, let's have a good week this week for UFC Vegas 108. Young Pasty, out.